Hello, welcome to today's session, What is Wakelet and how can it help me in the music room? I'm Sally Utley. I'm the teacher-author behind Sally's Sea of Songs. You can find me on Teachers Pay Teachers and on Facebook by searching Sally's Sea of Songs. You can find me on Instagram and on Pinterest by searching Sally's Songs. I will be sharing those links in the session notes and in the description for this session. My store will be on sale for the entire duration of this conference. Now, a little about me. I began my music education career as a band director 43 years ago. Do you believe that? The days are long, but the years fly by. The last 25 years have been spent in an elementary music classroom, and my current status is retired. So, something you may not know about me is I am a collector. I had an early start with collecting stamps and those little state collector spoons when I was in elementary school. As an adult, I collect music education resources. Anyone else? Children's books, music aid, magazines, and a whole bunch of teacher manuals and resource collections. Of course, my collector habit continued into the 21st century, and I'm an official digital pack rat. Once the explosion of digital sharing hit during the pandemic, I knew that I needed a better system for saving and organizing all of the wonderful rhythm play-alongs and Bitmoji classrooms that were shared. I also needed to be able to share my resources with my district music colleagues and with my students. Organizing became my challenge. In comes Wakelet. This platform has helped me in so many ways, and I'm proud to say that I am Wakelet certified. So what is Wakelet? Wakelet is a free platform that helps you and your students to quickly organize, save, present, and share content from all over the web. You know, we used to put links on a document and share the document and click it right there. That transforms that document into a visually engaging and organized Wakelet collection. Wakelet is free. It is unlimited, absolutely no limits on the number of collections that you can add, and no limits on the number of collaborators that you can add. Wakelet is also safe and compliant with all of the wonderful laws that help to keep our students safe as they venture into the online world. The breadth of Wakelet features can be summarized in just 4 steps. First, save anything. Anything. Articles, videos, blogs, tweets, Flipgrid videos, podcasts, and much more. Bookmark anything in just 2 clicks. Then organize it. Arrange them into collections, add images, add text to describe what's going on, make it meaningful for you, for your colleagues, for your students. Number 3, collaborate. You can invite others to collaborate on collections. For example, this is just a travel collection. One person created it and invited his traveling partners to join in, and now they've all added their travel photos, and what a wonderful diary of their journey that they will have to share after they return. The 4th is present and share. You can share your collections with a single link. This is the part that I love. One link. And it integrates with many apps. For example, Google Classroom and Microsoft Teams. I know in Microsoft Teams, I can add a Wakelet collection as a tab right in our class on Teams, and the students can go to the tab and view the whole collection without ever leaving Teams, so I don't lose them off wandering on the internet somewhere. It's really a nice integration. How can music teachers use Wakelet? Well, Wakelet makes it even easier. Collecting resources, as I said, I just made a collection where all of those rhythm play-alongs until I just put them all there so I'd remember how to find them, and when I was ready to use them, I can find them right there in my collection. Lesson planning, pull from one collection, make a new collection. Interactive lessons. The newsletters and resources for parents are wonderful wonderful way to use Wakelet. Events and media and digital music library. Of course, we as musicians, we have sound and we have performances and things that we need to listen to, things we need to share. So this is wonderful for that. And it's also good on a professional level to organize your PLN or document your PD. It integrates, as we've said, with many apps, and it makes it a seamless production. Wakelet has a community and student ambassador program to help give you support. There are mobile apps. There is a browser extension. Wakelet is easy and simple, and it's easy to, as 1, 2, 3. Sign up, create, and share. Here are some examples that we're going to look at for music teachers: interactive lessons, subplans, newsletters, student self-assessment, school dance playlist, and portfolios. Let's look at some Wakelets for music teachers. I hope that these example collections give you some inspiration for ways you can use this in your classroom. The first category would be interactive lessons. These might include things like Flipgrid videos, PDFs, images, text, and much more. I found this little collection in a search on Wakelet. It's a public collection. You'll see they have a header image. It says about the civil rights. There is some summary text, direction text at the beginning. I want you to notice that when I hover over this text at the beginning, this icon, the book and the speaker, pops up here. This will bring up the immersive reader. That is a very cool feature of Wakelet. We're going to look at that a little bit more in another sample. Notice that we have YouTube videos. We have a YouTube Flipgrid short of the teacher giving directions. This one is a 20-second video. These don't have to be long and drawn out, but this could put to you right there in front of your class, even if you're going to use this for something as a subplan. Other examples, a PDF uploaded right there to Wakelet, directions, questions, things to think about, and so on. So this is a full lesson. It could be assigned to students to work on their own, or it could be used by a sub, or it could be used right and presented just from this right in the classroom. The next category is subplans. I have used this one the most. I create single class subplans. For example, create separate Wakelets for each grade level or grade level band, and then share the link for each plan separately. Or you might organize a full day's plan as a collection of single day plans and share the one link. So let's look at both of those. This is a single class plan. Have a header image, added a background image, and there's some text. This one was actually originally done as a virtual subplan, so we talked about unmuting the microphone and saying hello to each student. And there are some student directions. You might have these directions written specifically for your guest teacher, or you might change, as these are, ask the students to watch the following video, or you might change them to make them student facing and just say watch the following video. So that's up to you how you want to write those. This includes videos, discussion questions, body percussion, another informational video, discussion questions, listen to some music, sing along, and so there's plenty in here for a single class, a few extra things maybe for a single class. I just hate the subs to not have enough stuff. I don't want them to be scrambling. This is an example of my full day plan. So, same basic idea. I can put my name or my school name right here at the beginning and edit that. Welcome to the music room. I included some text, which usually is on my printed plans at the top. Where to find the printed subplan, where to find the class rosters, the schedule, who to contact if they need help. And then this would be the plan for pre-K and K. This would be the plan for first and second. And this would be the plan for third, fourth, and fifth. And that's all they need to get through the day. You can click through to each one. It opens up, as you can see here, in a new tab. So there's Peter and the Wolf with just what they need for the pre-K and K, images, questions, video, and so forth. So that is a full day subplan, which is a collection of collections. Let's look at newsletters is another wonderful way to use Wakelet, especially because we have media, we have pictures, we have videos, we have sound in our subject. So adding all of this interactive feature is great for our subject. Parents can use that immersive reader tool to translate and read text and most articles into over 80 languages with 99% accuracy. A Wakelet account is not needed to use this feature. All you have to do is share the link. You might want to show your students how to work the immersive reader so that they can help their families. But here's a newsletter. You can change this to your school name or your class name, add what information you have there. So this has news, an announcement, and then spaces for each grade level where you can type information there. Let's look at the interactive reader. I keep saying that wrong. The immersive reader. The 3 dots next to all of this text will bring up the choice for immersive reader. And this brings that text into large print, spaces it out, makes it much easier to read. And this right here might be good enough. There's a play button. It will read it to you. The Wakelet will read it to you. There are settings down here where you can make it go faster or slower. You can have a female or a male voice. But there's more. On the top right, there are 3 icons that allow you to change this up. You can change the text size. You can increase or decrease the spacing. You can change the font. You can change the colors of the font and make it. So this is helpful for those that may have visual challenges, maybe can't see it on a white background, maybe need more contrast, maybe need the lighter print on the darker background. So there are lots of choices there. I'm going to put it back to white, and I'm going to click on the grammar option. This is a great option for young readers, maybe struggling readers, or maybe even families that are just learning English. Maybe they need some extra help. You can divide it into syllables to make reading a little bit easier. You can even highlight parts of speech in different colors. So that's rather cool. The last thing, reading preferences, you can have a 1-line focus. If too many words on the page is too distracting, then bring it down to 1. Maybe we can expand it to 3 lines. So you can have the whole page 1 or 3 lines. The last feature is the language. Look at all these languages that are in there. My particular school had a growing population of families who spoke Spanish from Mexico. And this would be a really awesome way to share the newsletter with them. I clicked on document over here, and that changed all of the text into Spanish. I have heard of schools that have families that maybe speak 7 or 8 or 10 different languages within the school community. So having resource that can translate to that many different languages could be extremely helpful in that situation. Let's listen to the Spanish.
Concierto del jueves por la noche. Los estudiantes de 4º grado presentarán su concierto de música a las 6 p.m.
So it'll read it. If that's too fast, they can slow it down, of course. But that is the immersive reader example. Student self-assessment is another use for a Wakelet. This one is RAG, red, amber, and green. And this is very simple. This is wonderful for a time when you don't necessarily need to know who gets this, but you need to know how many. On the left-hand side, I have a student roster. For this example, I just created 5 students with their numbers. And there are the 3 categories. Red, I still have big questions. Amber, I understand but still need some help. And green, I get it and can help others. I will display this on my screen, and students can walk up to the smartboard and move their name under the color, or their number under the color. And you can have them just go right down in order and see where they go to see which category has the most students. So that this will help drive your planning for the next session. If you need to know who, you could go through and put student names in there, or you could assign students numbers, and they would in your grade book, and have them move the number that matches their number in your grade book, so that you could know who using this. Student self-assessment. And alternatively, you could add an image and allow students to click the thumbs up if they under which color image. So that would be another way to use self-assessment. A school dance playlist is pretty simple. We collaborated in my school on dances that the kids would like, that would be school appropriate, and we had reward incentive day, and we used this playlist. Put the playlist up on the screen and turned up the speakers pretty loud, and we had a sock hop. So we put the videos down there, and then it was just a matter of going from one to the next, and the sock hop was organized. So you can do that. You could also use it for honor choir or chorus rehearsal videos, and you just have to share this single link. This last example is really pretty beautiful. Portfolios, whether it's for your students or for yourself. The example that I have for you is a student portfolio, but it is quite beautiful, and I only dream of the day that I could have something that looked this nice. She's made a really nice header image. She's got her picture right here, a little bit about herself there. She's created categories down here for different areas that she wants to share. And then each one of these are separate collections under each one of these. So you can see they have wonderful header images that possibly were created in an Adobe or Canva or some graphics program like that. Under her contact, she's got her resume uploaded right here. Under achievements, there are photos and videos of her awards and band performances, and a couple of other school-related awards. And the last one I would like to show you is under music. She's got her performances, some student performances. She's got her playing the flute, a trio. There are some band performances here, and there's some other pictures and things like that. So this would be great for student work. This would be great for professional portfolio, where you could have a category for student performances and another category for professional performances. So these student portfolios is a really awesome way to use Wakelet. Those are some examples for music teachers. Now let's move to how do you get them from your brain into this wonderful format. Let's look at how to create a collection, add a header and a background, add content, change the presentation options, share a collection, and create a space. This is your Wakelet homepage. We'll start with down the left. These are separate spaces. When you first sign up, you will only have one circle, and this is my profile. There is how you reach me. I have 28 collections, 2 bookmarks, and I, at this point, have 0 group collections. All the collections that I have are on this page. You can tell which ones are unlisted, which ones are public, and which ones are private by looking at this logo. Let's see how to create that collection. It's pretty simple. The first thing you do is hit the green collection button and give your collection a title. We're going to make a little thing about Ella Fitzgerald. So the first thing I want to do is add a little bit of text. I have already come over here and put some text there for me to copy and paste so I could save a little bit of time. I'm going to put that right in there and done. There is a few basic information about Ella. Down here, what I want to do next, just hover until you find that green plus. So underneath of that, I'm going to put a YouTube video of Ella and a Tisket a Tasket. Copy, paste, and there it is. You could put some text above there that says what you want students to do, as you saw in some of the sub-plan videos or interactive videos. The next thing we're going to do is put a read aloud. Once again, you can have some text giving students a challenge, listen for this or listen for that. The next thing after the read aloud, I would like to put some questions to go along with that story. I've put a few questions here. I'm going to copy and paste and put them. I need to click this icon that says add text. Over the icons, text, image, bookmark, PDF, and there are more. This is where you can add tweets, Flipgrid videos, YouTube, Google Drive, OneDrive, Creative Cloud. So there are lots of things you can add. I'm going to put some text in there. And done. So now I have some questions, and I'm going to add a bookmark for this page. If you want to find out more information about Ella, let's add a bookmark. Oh, excuse me. I guess I already have to have saved the bookmark in my collection, which I didn't do. So we will add it as a page right there. There is the information page about Ella, and we have a music. Let's listen to Ella sing another song. There's that. You might want to add an exit ticket at the bottom. You can connect to Google Forms or Microsoft Forms or any other method that you already have. You can put a link to a response Padlet or a response Wakelet that you have created to get some interaction from your students. Now let's make it pretty. Let's go to the artist palette over here in the top, and let's add a cover image. For this one, I found an image on Wikipedia which is marked as a public domain image, so I'm comfortable with downloading that and then uploading it to Wakelet because it is a public domain image. I can now go back in and scroll down and add a background image, and this time I'm going to choose from Unsplash. Unsplash is lots of free stock photos. I'm going to put records in there and just choose this top one. And it saves the changes for you and puts it up there. And now we have something that is visually appealing, has lots of information and interactivity in there. And of course, this was a very quick example. You really might want to add in some more text to give directions for what to do next, or to remind you of how you're going to use this, because you can use this to present your lessons yourself in person, or you can use them for subplans. So there is the simple way to create a Wakelet. Now, I would need to, if I want to share it, I would need to make it public. Right now it's private. There are 3 different settings. I can make it public for anyone to see that collection, or I can make it unlisted so that only people with a link can see the collection, or I can leave it private. So you want to use care in choosing which one of these is appropriate for the collection that you just created. If you have copyrighted material that maybe you have purchased and it's totally legal for you to use with your students, then please choose unlisted, because you don't want to put out in the public things that are copyrighted. If it's public domain, or if it's a link to a publicly available resource, like something that you would find on YouTube or any other public website, then if your whole entire collection is public, then you can choose that public visibility. And so I'm going to go ahead and click public for this one, because everything that I have put in there is publicly available, and that's good. Now, that will show up on my profile. If I click on my name, and you can see my public profile, I have a collection of subplans that you can find and use these plans. You can make copies of them. And there is Ella that I just put there. It's in the uncategorized. If I want to put her up in subplans, or if I want to make her a new category, I can do that. On the left side are the circles that represent the spaces, and I have created several new spaces just by clicking this plus sign. I have 2 portfolio templates. I have some music ed templates to share, and I have kept some of my collections private in this private space so that I can keep myself organized. Let's look at the portfolio template. I have 3 collections here. And once it's published, there is the 3 collections where you can put your resume, you can have student performance, you can have professional performances. It's supposed to have a pretty yellow top. There it is, a pretty yellow top at the top. So one portfolio is in that color scheme, and here's another portfolio option, same choices. Of course, you can add your own choices, and I will have some images that match these to give away to you for free. This one is my templates space to share. So the things that I've been sharing with you are here on, there's the subplans, there's the student assessment. There are some portfolio header images that you can, these are Canva templates. So you can click on these Canva templates and get a free Canva account. Their education accounts are free for teachers, so you can make use of that. And there are some other collections here where if you would like to learn more about Wakelet, there are some things straight from Wakelet that can help you understand how. There's one on creating portfolios. Here's one on how to use spaces, which is what we're talking about now. So those are all available to you. You can create as many spaces as you want. You can make them public or private or unlisted. I can imagine having a space for my district music teachers where we would all share different collections for different topics that we teach during the year. I think that would be awesome. We've covered an awful lot. Here are a few tips to remember as you begin your Wakelet journey. Be respectful of copyright. Use the unlisted setting to share collections with only your students or with your school colleagues, but not to the general public. Be sure that anything that you share in the public collection is public domain or already available on a public platform. Wakelet tutorials are simple and easy to follow. They're excellent. And always, always test out your Wakelet links in the room where you will use them. How many of us got caught thinking something was going to work, but our school Wi-Fi was blocking the website? Please check all of your links in the room where you need to use them. The collections and templates that you have seen will be linked in the handout. You can find me on Wakelet at Utley Music, and there will be other collections for you listed in the handout. There also will be some free images for your Wakelets in my store on Teachers Pay Teachers. The link is in the handout. I want to thank the music crew for hosting this conference, and I want to invite you to visit the virtual exhibit hall. Come and visit the exhibits during the conference. There's lots and lots of resources, and all of it will be on sale for the duration of the conference. Once again, I'm Sally Utley from Sally's CO Songs, and I hope that you have found some benefit from this presentation on Wakelet.